What up? What up? Peace to the world. Love to the descendants of my ancient ancestors. What's going on? My name is Brother Legend. Welcome to my show. We talk about my people, politics, culture, all different kinds of things. It's a discussion, not a debate. And I am your host, Brother Legend. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the live. We're just getting started. Feel free to come on in. Feel free to hop up here too. If we want to talk about it, we can. Today we're talking about pro-blackness and anti-racism, two terms that you hear sometimes conflated. We're talking about the Congo and our brothers and sisters out there. I just did a video on the topic. Wanted to come on here and talk with y'all about it as well. Might do 2 lives tonight. So, we'll see if anybody has something that they'd like to share. Feel free. Tap like. When we get to 2K likes, I'm going to bring people up here so we can talk about it. Talking about the difference between pro-blackness and anti-racism. Sometimes, as Black people, we are told that our obligation is to be anti-racist, and dismantling racism should be our primary focus. And I think that is weird as hell. That's like if I keep bothering you and I'm telling you, instead of getting up and getting some food and living your life, that your primary focus today should be to get me to stop bothering you. That's kind of weird, right? How you going to tell someone their focus should be you stopping what you're doing? So that's kind of weird. I don't think people should be telling Black people what they should be focusing on. And I think Black people are tired of being told what they should be thinking and believing and putting their actions towards politically. I think we've had enough of that. And so I kind of want to talk about it. I want to invite some brothers and sisters up here, especially. But if you're non-Black, you can come up as well. We could talk about it. Palestine is cool. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about Palestine. It's not really what I'm up here to talk about, but we can talk about Palestine. It's on the board. A lot of people say, free Palestine, and I agree that Palestinians should be free. However, I know that the way the colonial machinery works, the gas, the fuel in the engine is the brown bodies of my people in Africa. So, that being the case, if we want to dismantle the whole system, don't we start at the root? Don't we start at the root of the problem? Shouldn't we start at the root, brothers and sisters? I understand that there are other things that make a car run, but shouldn't we start at the engine? Take the engine out, and then the whole thing falls apart. That's what I'm saying today. And if anyone disagrees, feel free to come on up. Explain to me something different. I got an open mind, but I do know what I know, and I know I got a special place in my heart for brothers and sisters on the continent. Much love to y'all. Worldwide, I see us all as one family. I'm a Pan-African, a brother from America. I show solidarity to my people. And I also show solidarity to all those fighting an oppressive system, especially the system of the West, the same system. We also need to remember that if you want to see oppressed people freed everywhere, then start with people who are the most oppressed. I think even Palestinians should focus on what's going on on the continent of Africa, because your oppressor, Israel, is fueled by their oppression. You know what I'm saying? Your oppression is fueled by their oppression. if the Congo were to
Brother Legend, we can't hear you for about the last 3 minutes. We can't hear you. Like, if you look, you need to look at the comments. I haven't come
oh,
to. There
okay.
you go. Okay, we can hear you now. I'm gonna drop
Yeah, I
down.
hear you.
But
All right,
hashtag
appreciate you.
free Congo, free Sudan, free Africa, free Cameroon. Let's focus on us. Yeah, I'll be in the
Yes.
comments.
Yes, appreciate you, sister. Thank you.
Yeah, I was actually coming to tell you the same thing because it's like everyone is typing in the comments like, "Yo, no sound." Your mic went out.
That entire
Oh,
time. That's
yeah,
hilarious.
like you were going the entire time. I'm like, "Hey, no one can hear you."
Dang,
But
shout out to Alicia. Thank you for bringing somebody up. Um,
but yeah,
yeah,
I
man.
mean, I heard most of what you said about like when Africa is fully, especially like the Congo, is
Mhm.
fully liberated, and anyone who knows about the Congo knows for decades it's been a mess. So, like, since its inception, it's been a mess. So, ever
Yeah.
since Patrice Lumumba, I'm sure you know of him.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since he was assassinated, that country has just been in a constant state of misery.
By the
So,
CIA.
by the CIA and
You know
Belgium.
what I'm saying? The
Yep.
same people we
Yep.
talking about we want to free Palestine from are the reason for destabilization in the Congo.
Yep. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what though? I've seen some good things though coming out of the Congo,
Mm-hmm.
especially with this deal that they signed. It was a partnership with Congo and Zambia,
Mm-hmm.
where I guess the U.S. wanted to buy some cobalt. So what they did is they set up like a joint state-owned company, where it's
Mm-hmm.
like they're like, okay, supply chains will be set up here in Congo and Zambia. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the thing. A lot of the car batteries. If you ever buy an electric car in the future, the
Mm-hmm.
battery just might be manufactured in Zambia or the
Right.
Congo. So
Yeah, I did hear
at
that.
least they're
Yeah.
yeah, they're setting up value chains. So that's a good because that's why a lot of African countries are not as wealthy as they should be because they're just exporting raw materials and
Right.
you know yeah, raw materials. That's probably like what only a quarter of the
Yeah.
value of a finished product. So yeah,
Right. Yep. And
yeah,
so, what I was saying primarily was, yeah, free in Africa frees everyone. Free in
mm.
Africa frees everyone up. Because
Well, it will
freeing
destroy Europe.
right, exactly, right,
It,
exactly. And that's the people that you know what I'm saying. That's the
yeah,
people that are causing problems worldwide. So if
absolutely.
we want to free Palestine, we don't need to look outside of our community in order to do that. We
Yep,
can focus
yep,
on our own community and do that. People, I cannot tell you how many times someone has said free Palestine, and I'm like, hey man, focus on us, and they say, well, we can do both. Okay, so if you want to do both, focus on us. Like, that's both right
Exactly.
there.
Yeah.
That's the answer
You
to
know,
both.
a commenter said Africa is exporting cheaply and importing unnecessarily. Exactly, because actually, even a lot of things that some African countries import, other
Mm,
African countries actually manufacture. I was surprised to learn.
mm.
So it's just like they really don't need to import machinery
No,
because a
no,
lot of it's still
Africa.
made in Africa.
Oh no, yeah, Africa's the only continent that doesn't need resources or anything from anyone else.
Yeah,
All
they
other
don't.
continents need a resource from Africa, but
Yeah.
they've drawn lines, colonial
Mhm.
lines, and those getting things across that border makes things
Yeah.
harder. So
Yeah.
that's why we need to
I
see a
mean,
unified Africa.
yeah, like if African countries decided to strictly trade between themselves, they would actually just be just fine. But
Yep.
I feel like also like with the African Union, why
Hmm.
working towards I remember this professor, this Kenyan professor, his name's also Lumumba. He talked about
PLO Lumumba,
why PLO
Patrick.
Lumumba.
Yeah, Professor. Yep.
He's like he's like Africa needs to unite into a loose confederacy, one country, because, just having a free trade area isn't enough because as long as they're still each independent countries, there's
Mm.
still going to be room for geopolitics to be played
Mm.
from outside the continent. So if it's
True.
one unified state, geopolitic, like, they can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the thing. I feel like if it's unified under one government, it's going to be much harder to divide them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so, yeah, I mean, just like we see with the United States, we're 50 states with one currency, and
exactly.
that's what Africa should be looking at. 54 countries, one currency, one governing body, and
Yeah,
then each country has its own, sub
laws and
governing
stuff.
body. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And then the
because
federal government would be in control of like either outside trade and the military. That's
right.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
what's going on like here in America, there's things like marijuana that's illegal where I'm at now. Like you can't have it.
Oh.
But we moved from California, me and my wife, and it's fields of that stuff. And man,
Oh.
you can right in front of a police officer go ahead like,
Is this Michigan?
no, out California. I'm in Texas, but
Oh, tech is
yeah,
legal in Texas.
no, it's not. Mm-mm, nah,
Oh, okay. I was about to
no,
say because I know they
yeah,
have tough laws on that.
yeah. Down in Texas,
Yeah.
it's not, but it's a little bit looser than it would have been like in the '90s, but
Oh,
it's nah, it's still
still
illegal.
risky.
But
Yeah.
in California, it's man, you can do whatever you want pretty much. Like no
Okay.
one's bothering you. Yeah, but
Okay. True.
yeah, so I'm just saying like things like that. Maybe Uganda wants to have certain laws in place that Kenya doesn't want. So there's a federal
That's true.
government, but you can do whatever you want. Like how South Africa
Yeah.
feels about LGBT marriage. Uganda might not
Hmm.
feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So
I was about to
yeah,
say yeah.
right,
Because like the laws between different African countries, I think are far more extreme. Like the
yeah,
differences. And that's why actually, I was speaking to someone, a Black American, who's not exactly straight, and she was saying, well, I want to go to Africa, but most places I go, I might be persecuted. I'm like, well, you know what? Just study the laws.
yeah,
Then pick a country you want to go to. I mean, obviously, you don't want to go to Uganda for obvious reasons.
yeah. Yeah, might
But
want to chill on that. Yeah.
yeah, Kenya, they're very rigid about that.
Hmm.
The Westerners, they've tried to, you know, convince them into legalizing it. They're not having it at all.
Yeah.
Like, nope, stay over
Yeah.
there with that. I mean,
That's wild.
huh? Yeah.
That's wild for me. I'm in America, but I do understand now that I've had more context on the
Mm,
history. I kind of understand their perspective. But
yeah.
I would tell them to maybe try South Africa.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
man.
And Cape
I
Town's beach is beautiful. So
mhm, mhm.
yeah, very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I want to go down there. I'm gonna go down there and see what's going on. I know Africa is
Mm.
huge though, so it's like, damn, there's so many different places I want to go. I guess
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with Tanzania and Kenya because my wife's cousin is over there, and then we
Oh,
gonna
okay.
see.
Yeah.
We gonna see.
And they like it over there?
Yeah, man, they buying land.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
they're
That's good.
getting land. Yeah, so that's how I know I probably be somewhere near them.
Hmm.
But yeah, all right, man. Let me get back to the topic. Appreciate
Yep,
you.
for sure, man. Yep.
All right. So anybody else want to come up? Feel free. Come on up. Let's talk about it. I already know a lot of y'all aren't knowledgeable enough, but I am sort of here to spread awareness. I wanted to start my live off that way because I feel like enough of us don't know, and the media is not going to give it attention. The media is not going to let you know what's going on. The media is not going to let you know children are mining the resources for your phones, and those children look like your children. They're not going to tell you that these children are mining resources with no equipment, no hazmat suits, raw materials with their hands, with pew pews pointed at them. They're not going to tell you that. And I understand that a lot of us feel sympathy towards a group that would call you an abid. Look up what that word means, abid. Or they'll call you a cushy. Look up what that word means. Some of us feel, that we should speak up for them. I understand that we have humanity, so we sympathize. Nothing wrong with that. However, if you want to free them, free the Congo. If you want to free them, we need a unified Africa, free Africa. Once Africa is no longer providing the U.S. military complex its resources by which it can oppress the rest of the world, then world oppression will stop. You see what I'm saying? It's like a domino effect. Free the Congo, and everything else starts to fall in line. What's good, D?
What's up? I mean, I'm over here getting ready to go out, but I was like, okay, brother, then open the live.
Yeah, you know.
Funny thing about the conversation in regards to the Congo is everybody is so used to, even black people, used
Hmm.
to us be the laborer or be used to being mistreated so much that seeing that baby in the background working and seeing kids get abused like that is so normalized that they don't have a problem with it.
Right.
If that was a
Yep.
kid that looked different, it would be
Hmm.
an uproar. And I
Right.
think that's our issue too, is like we need to be just as loud about the things that we're seeing happen to us and our kids as what's going to affect kids somewhere else. But
Right.
whew,
I
liberation.
heard that. Yep. I mean, that's the thing. I made a video about that too. Like when non-black people are treated the same way black people are treated, it seems like everyone gets afraid because non-black people are like, oh, it could happen to us too, and black people are like, if it could happen to them, then what's gonna happen to us? So everyone gets afraid when it's them. But this right here is just the program. This is just what's supposed to happen. That's just as Stevie Wonder called it, ordinary pain. So that's just regular. But I think it's time that more of our people have the same heart we got for them up top. The Kardashians up here. It's time for us to have that same amount of empathy. I want to see y'all making content. I want to see y'all putting in work. Oh my goodness, so many of y'all had so much to say about Palestine. I want to see y'all have something to say about Congo. Let me see those videos. I want to scroll down my timeline, and all I see is y'all talking about Congo. That's all I want to see. Just like for the past 2 or 3, was it been 2 weeks? I've been seeing y'all Palestine this, Palestine, and Malcolm X was pro-Palestine and talking about how the scholars were pro-Palestine. I want to see y'all talking about Congo. I want to see y'all talking about the people that look like you. We have so much empathy, so much sympathy and empathy for those that would turn around and call you out your name. Ask the Afro-Palestinians how they're treated in Palestine. Ask that before they were Palestine. Let's talk about history. If y'all want to talk about history, like there's so much I could say. Y'all want to talk about history real quick? Look up what they was called before it was called Palestine. Look at what they was called before it was called Palestine. That was part of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire. Look up the Zanj people, Z-A-N-J. Those were the slaves of the Ottoman Empire. They didn't look like Kardashians. They didn't look like Kardashians. The Zanj people didn't. The Zanji people did not look like Kardashians. They look like us. They look like our ancestors. They were our ancestors.
You see the conference they had about black kids being the problem?
You said what now?
I said, did you see that conference they had where they came and they were talking about the black kids were the problem?
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, no, that was Israel that said that. Yeah, that was crazy. I've been seeing that clip circulating again. I'm like, okay, more and more people are seeing it. That's good. But look up what was going on in Palestine. Palestine was cool with enslaving your ancestors, and then when the Zionists got their land, all of a sudden they started being treated the same way that they was treating your people. And then all of a sudden they put up a sign for George Floyd, and everyone feels like we all in the same boat. We all in this together. That's the thing. If you only can relate to my oppression when you are also oppressed by the same oppressor, you're not really an ally. If it takes you being treated the same way for you to have humanity and respect for me and what I'm going through, that is you're doing this for selfish reasons. That's like when somebody look at you when they got money in their bank account, they look down on you, and then when they don't got no money in their account, all of a sudden they're your friend. Now all of a sudden, we both broke. I'm here to work with you. What do you need? That's all I'm saying. So, I know that the media is not going to make us as aware of what's going on with our own people. And so that's why I'm going to use my platform to do that. I've already used my platform to speak on the African continent as a whole. B1initiative.org. The link is in my bio. It's a Discord group where you'll get constant news from the diaspora all over the world. You're going to get constant news. B1initiative.org. We're a nonprofit technology startup. We're doing some cool things with AI that we want to use to basically brain cleanse those that have been brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? So we want to just help y'all wake up. But in the meantime, join the Discord group. Give us your age, race, and pronouns in there. Come say what up. And check out the channels. We got a knowledge center full of historians, thousands of hours of lectures. We got articles. We could talk all day, but honestly, you won't regret joining the Discord. There's a lot going on in there. Making sure nobody came up here. These glasses kind of dark. But yeah, if anybody wants to come on up and talk, feel free. Once again, I know a lot of y'all just here to join the Jerry Springer Show. We could do that in a moment. I just wanted to start off by bringing some awareness. Yeah, they like the Jerry Springer Show. I know. I know.
Gotta entertain.
Appreciate you. Thank you for the gifts, man. Thank you for sending gifts. I appreciate y'all. Whole lot of Palestinian flags in my comment section. Feel free to come on up here if you don't understand what we're talking about. But if you do understand, you understand that we are not saying we're anti anybody. We're not pro the oppressor. What we're saying is we're for our people. We prioritize our people. Pro-black versus anti-racism. Some of y'all don't know the difference. So when you see a pro-black man on a live talking about how he prioritizes his people, you get offended because he's not focusing on anti-racism. And the thing about anti-racism is it focuses on outside the black community. Racism is not a black problem. It's a white problem that affects black people. So whenever a black man doesn't focus on a white problem and focuses on his black solutions, y'all kind of get kind of weird about that. Even black people, some of y'all get kind of weird about that. It's a thing. Like, I'm talking about black solutions versus white problems. We could talk about solutions to white problems, but me, I'm a pro-black man. I'm up here to talk about prioritizing my people. What's going on? Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please? Hello? You got a bad signal. Gerbil? Gerbil? Gerbelly? Hello? I think we're having a connection issue. Everybody, please tap like to protect the live. Please tap like. Actually, y'all been doing pretty good. Let's get up to 20K likes though. Please tap like as you listen along. Keep tapping, keep tapping. Appreciate y'all. Send some gifts. Let the algorithm know we in here. Even if it's just a few flowers. Oh wow, appreciate you. Thank you for the aquarium. I think that's an aquarium.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was cool. Somebody came
That's
up here and dropped.
You got some real ones in here.
I sure do, man. Yo, man, shout out to my conscious corner of TikTok, man. For real. For real. I've curated this this platform to cater to y'all, and I'm glad to see some of the messages I receive, man. Like, I get a lot of positivity. I get some negativity too. You know, I get called out my name almost every 10 DMs. But the positivity from my people, oh man, it goes way harder. It's like, you know, people that look like you saying that you help them, you know, you explain some things maybe about history, you know what I'm saying, maybe about who we are, you know what I'm saying, like how we show up in the world, like see people that look like you know, getting value from something that you do, you know, it's like really, I don't know. I want to call it healthy. I want to call it healthy, to be honest, because I see us fight each other so much on TikTok and all that, you know. So it's like it's like helping me like not look through that divisive lens. Like I really see our unity more than our division. So you know, I really appreciate y'all for real.
You don't know how important it is to see a black man be in that realm. And I think that's the most important thing that you might not realize, but to see it, to hear it, and to know that they're educated and well-rounded in it, I think that in so many ways influences our community, because there's still brothers that want to lead and understand the fight of how their people are more important. We see it so often, like everyone's okay with watering us down to make everybody else in the room comfortable. So when do we get to sit at the front of the table and actually eat instead of us always having to feed someone else? And I think that is giving your flowers at the end of the day, because it's rare that you're seeing brothers actually be educated and well-rounded in subjects, and it's not backing down from what they're standing on. We don't have them on Malcolm X and Martin's.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to I worked in the music industry for a while, So I was fortunate enough to not have to get up and go to a 9 to 5 every day. I didn't have any children at a young age and nothing like that. I was able to skate by kind of just on my music money. So I had time to look up scholars, do all this reading. Like there were phases where I wasn't as conscious as I am now. Like then I met my wife and she was on a similar journey. And once I saw that, I snatched her up quick, boy. I snatched her up quick. But I'm telling you, you find hey man, you find a good piece of fruit. You know what I'm saying? You find a ripe watermelon, you gotta snatch it up quick for somebody else find it. So but yeah, so I was able to continue to grow with her. She didn't stifle me by saying, oh, he all this and he that. Like, nah, I was able to talk through some of my learning with her. And so, she's behind the scenes. She don't come on the live, but I'm telling you, my wife is a very big influence in my life. Shout out to the sisters, man. Very big. She keeps me on the you know what I'm saying, in reality with things. She's like, yin and yang. That's that balance you need. But yeah. Looks like I was waiting. I was waiting. I was waiting for the numbers to drop. I knew that when you don't focus on non-black people, that's what's going to happen on this app. But today I wanted to talk about the Congo. I made a video about the subject as well. Feel free to check that out, y'all.
Hiya.
Hello. Hi, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
I'm sorry?
Could you give us your age, your race, and your pronouns?
Oh, I am 28, female.
Your race?
Oh, I'm black, African.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. Talk to us.
Yeah. Who are you supporting? Are you supporting Palestine or something?
I'm supporting the Congo on this live.
Oh, because I mean I don't have nothing against Palestine, but I'm not even supporting them because whatever happened in Africa, the world doesn't see what the world forgot about Africans or black community, you understand? So why should we support people don't support us? When we need the world, where's the world? They turn their back to us. So why should we support them? Who doesn't know our existence? I mean, they know our existence, but they don't know us. Do you get it? So
Yes, absolutely.
I see people going for big influencers asking them to support Palestine or whatever which side they are. Come on, man. They don't give a damn about us. Why should I give a damn for somebody who don't give a damn about me? Do you get it?
Absolutely.
And whatever, not long ago, I don't remember the country. There's something a war going on. I think Niger.
Niger, yeah.
What the fight when something the war was there.
Yeah.
What Europe was. I'm not gonna talk about America, but where's Europe? Where's Asia? Do you understand?
Well, yeah. Europe was there. They kicking France out of Niger. That's why they mad.
They was there because they got business in there. Whatever the business they, I don't know
It
what
ain't
contract
business.
they
That's
have.
colonization.
Yeah, I don't know whatever the contract they have within the country. Of course, they're gonna get involved, but not because not because it's for our care. I mean, they care about us or something, but it's something that's gonna benefit them. Beneficial. Right. My English not that great, but don't matter.
You're doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, but they got something in there will be good for them, not for us. Do you understand my point?
Absolutely.
So I'm saying all these people come for big influencers and all that, but where are they when going after the big influencers to support Africans, black community? wherever.
Mm-hmm.
They
Right.
they want to eliminate us and occupy all the world without black
Mm-hmm.
community.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Absolutely. I hear you, sister.
Yeah, I'm in here. Like I was wondering, like, are you supporting? Like, I'm not gonna say you support the Palestine, but I
Nah,
like,
I got up here talking about pro-blackness versus anti-racism. Those that are brothers and sisters like you and I that support Palestine despite what's going on to our brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa, they're more anti-racist. They're fighting against colonial powers and colonization, and that's
hmm
great. Me, I'm pro-black. I prioritize what's in the best interest of building my community. So I prioritize my actions and values with what's in the best interest of building and empowering Africans all over the diaspora. I'm a Pan African. I'm from the United States, but my tribe is American Africans. You understand? We still
yeah,
claim Africa as our homeland, even though we haven't been there 400 years. But we know that our culture and our, everything was given to us by our mother in Africa. So when I see what's going on in the Congo, they look like my cousins. They look like my little brother. They look like my mother. The women that are being essayed to an hour, once every 30 minutes in the Congo, and they're being funded by militias. I'm sorry, the militias are being funded. The militias that do all this harm are being funded by the United States and Israel. So I know that even if I am an anti-racist, as a black man, all I need to do is be pro-black. Freeing the Congo will help free Palestine, not the other way around. So, you know,
I mean, freeing Congo and any other countries in Africa will free the rest of the continent
right?
because
Yeah,
they ain't nothing without Africa.
right,
Because all the resources that whatever they need, they go to Africa. They bringing from Africa.
right.
I'm not gonna say we are dumb or something, but because the leader, the way they lead, that affects us as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, it affects
absolutely.
us. But if it wasn't that, I mean, I'm not gonna say we wouldn't be where we are today, but it is what
Hmm.
it is at the end of the day. Because these
Yeah,
people, they hate us, so there's nothing you can do about it. Fight your own fight, and we fight our own fight as well.
yeah. And as long as we're fighting the same oppressor, that shouldn't be a problem to any Palestinians. Me fighting my fight against the same oppressor should not bother y'all at all. That's good for y'all too in the long run. So, but when I know that the Afro-Palestinians are still called slaves. The word is Alabid, and it's a community in Palestine where black people live. They call it the area of the slaves. Like it's called Alabid, and they also experience racism in Palestine. So, these are people that still take part in our oppression. Um, However, we don't take part in any of their oppression. And liberating our people would help them regardless. So, even if you want to say you're a humanitarian, then cool. Free your own people, focus on your people. Free Africa, and everyone else will be free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But anyways, you're doing a great job. I'm just here to make my comment because I'm not even supporting none of them, but I don't have nothing against them. I'm
Yeah.
on my own people.
Where
Everything
where
for
you
them.
from, sister?
I am Gambian and
Oh,
Guinea,
okay.
but
Okay.
I'm in Portugal, raised in Portugal.
Okay. Well, appreciate you for coming up, sister. Thank you
Okay,
for
take
sharing
care.
that
Bye.
with us. All right. One love. Well, that was good. I've been talking to a lot of Congolese brothers too, man. We've been talking about some things. They've kind of been kind of informing me on some of the situations and things that's going on. Certain things you can't find on the news. You know what I'm saying? You got to hear it from one of them, and that's why I'm telling y'all, be1initiative.org. Join the Discord. There's the entire diaspora is in there. We got over 400 people in there, and it's growing every day. The entire diaspora is in there. It's really dope. But yeah, I know this is a topic not many people are going to come up and talk on. I'll give it a few more minutes, and then I'll change the topic. I know this is a topic not too many people are even knowledgeable enough on. But
I
I'm
think
just
that
yeah, go ahead.
I think that's a bigger issue for us as Americans, being Black American, is we don't educate ourselves enough on the rest of the world to realize what's happening to our siblings. And
Yeah,
that's the dangers of it too. It's like you don't understand that, you're dealing with your level of oppression, but they're doing it also to your cousins. And it's like,
yeah,
if we all talk to each other, which that's what I love about media, that's what I love about these apps, is that we have now access to our siblings and our cousins that we've never had before. And
yeah,
now's the time to actually utilize this to our own advantages.
yeah.
Fully.
I
Like you
mean,
said, you got insight.
mhm. Right, yeah. I mean, if we knew really, if we could empathize fully with the brothers and sisters in Africa and what they're going through. Shout out Black Swan, appreciate you, sis. If we could fully connect with the brothers and sisters on the continent, this would piss us off, I think, the most. Because we're so entitled as Americans, like in the diaspora, like we do sit at the throne, like of entitlement. Like we have that what did Gunner call it? He called it concessions. We don't have, he said don't use the word privilege because we're still an oppressed group and we're not benefiting off of the oppression of others, because this is not we don't we're oppressed as well. So we're not benefiting from the oppression of brothers and sisters in the Congo. We're surviving in a system that we didn't choose to be a part of. But at the same time, because of our proximity to the oppressor, we do live in these cushy, comfortable positions where I think if we could really look at children like this as our children, we would get mad as hell. We would get mad as hell and tear something up. And we'd probably be free by the end of the year. And it's almost November. We'd be free I'm telling you, we'd be free in a matter of a few months if we saw these children as our children. Like, I'm telling you, especially the sisters, y'all tear something. My mom and my sisters that have children, if this was their children, I'm telling you, it wouldn't be no going to work. It wouldn't be no, nothing. Like, we're here, nothing. We going. And so they know that, and that's why they keep it from us. They know that. They know that. Y'all thought George Floyd was bad? George Floyd? George Floyd is happening right now in the Congo. Someone is getting George Floyded right now. A sister, a woman is R-worded every 30 minutes in the Congo by someone paid in US dollars. You understand? Someone paid in US dollars. Just think about that. We sitting over here paying taxes every time we go to Walmart. Where do you think them tax dollars go? You see what I'm saying? It gets deep. You paying taxes on your paycheck too. You know what I'm saying? What if black people just boycotted paying all taxes? Didn't go to work, didn't go buying stuff. What if we decided we was just going to get together and take what we need? That's scary, right? Uh-oh. All right, let me chill. We on TikTok. I'm just saying. Your tax money is funding this. We're not mad enough. But free Palestine, right? That's what we talk about. That's what we talk about. Free Palestine. Right. Someone said the great blackout. Right. I'm waiting. I'm ready as hell. You don't understand. I'm ready as hell. I'm ready as hell. I don't know where y'all at. I don't know where y'all at. I'm ready as hell. I understand it's not going to be comfortable, but I'm ready. I don't know. I think the only thing that makes us act that way is when we are under so much oppression, so much pressure, then we start to. That's how the Underground Railroad was made. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can come together when things are going on, but when we feel comfortable, we don't work together.
There's no growth in comfort.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, sister? Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
Peace. Yes. 41, black, she, her.
Thank you. Talk to us.
I enjoy your platform. I learn something new every day. Every time you speak about a book, I write it down. I appreciate this platform. Thank you for talking about this specific topic. I've realized that a lot of people aren't going to come up here
Yeah.
because of how sensitive that it is, and we don't want to protect ourselves. But that's the
Mm.
thing. Nobody wants to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to give up these subtle privileges that we think that we have from
Mm-hmm.
being over here and not speaking about it. But
Mm-hmm.
it's okay if they speak about freeing Palestine. I saw
Mm-hmm.
somebody's video today. This guy said, a black man, if you don't have free Palestine in any of your videos, I'm blocking you. And I was like, wow.
That's going too far now. Come
That's
on.
what I said.
That's crazy.
But it's sad to see.
Mm-hmm.
And if we acted like how just the fact that, like that, that video that's been going around about that Israeli, I guess she's some sort of a delegate or whatever, based out in
Yeah.
Atlanta. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how she's telling us how much that we are affecting them. We're not even doing anything. Just our
Right.
very existence, our presence alone is aggravating this
You know
spirit.
why she said that?
Why?
The largest population of African Americans out of the U.S. is in Israel. The largest population of African Americans outside of the United States, like where we go to gather outside the United States, is in Israel.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep. So there's more African American. I'm not talking about black. I'm talking about African American. So our children are over there. So that's what she's talking about.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it that we are aggravating their spirit. That is nothing but the ancestors speaking.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Half of the time, we don't even have to just be in there is enough to aggravate their spirit. And again,
Mm-hmm.
if we spoke up and if we stood together just as much as we do about, men versus women topics and stuff like that on this whole app, we could really
Mm-hmm.
be a force. And I hate I just keep scrolling. When I'm on this app, I just keep scrolling because most of the things that we talk about is so pointless. And that's why I appreciate your platform so much. Please keep going. Please
Yes. Well,
keep
I
going.
appreciate you too, sister. Thank you for sharing that and coming up here. I really appreciate the love, man. I love that people get so much value out of the platform. And I was what you said made me think of John Henrik Clark. He said that West Asia, because he don't call it the Middle East. Middle East is a colonizer term. That's a European term, Middle East, because east of where? East of
Mm.
Europe. So it's really West Asia. Even we can get into it, but Europe didn't even exist as a continent until they decided to be racist. But anyway, he says that West Asia was an African colony before anything else. So the land that they over there fighting over was land that was originally indigenous to brothers and sisters that look like me and you. He said that the Bible, uh, given the context of the Bible, when you take it all into perspective, it is a African history book, an African history textbook, or you can look at it as a liberation textbook. But yeah, I mean that's that's how it should be looked at according to John Henry Clark, instead of a religious text where it's just the perfect word of God, even though it's been translated so many
Right,
times
right,
by
right,
man. You know
right.
what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the thing, man. So the Palestinians that people are going so hard for will look at you and call you out your name. I think that's crazy. And then you can focus on the Congo, you could focus on Africa, and then by way of Africa, you will free Palestine. All you got to do, if you free Africa, where America going to get the resources to oppress other people?
Exactly. Exactly.
Game over.
But we can't see
The
we can't see past that though.
mm-hmm.
We're so blinded by everybody else and everything else that's going on in the world. We can't even help ourselves. But
Right.
I'm confident, and I still have hope in us, and I know
Oh
that we
yeah.
can make it through. I know that we are powerful enough to keep on moving.
Mm-hmm.
I I've been diligently researching buying land out there. I don't know where yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to gather some people up with me that will help, that will do the same, where we
Mm-hmm.
can go in there and actually make some change and live where we're supposed to be amongst each other.
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
not living amongst these other people. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah. Although me and my wife doing the same thing. Same thing you just said. We getting ready. We getting ready. I'm in my early 30s now. I plan on retiring by my early 40s, and I understand that wealth is not always having a lot of money. Wealth is not having to spend money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if so we getting things together now, financial little situations, businesses, assets, certain things, where we'll be able to fund our life out there, but also buy things that we don't need to buy twice. You know what I'm saying? Assets.
Right. Right. Right.
Right. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
confident that y'all will do it. I have full confidence in y'all. I'm with it. I'm watching y'all. I'm definitely gonna visit your site.
Yeah, please, please, yeah, join the Discord, yeah, and share your journey with us. There's a lot of brothers and sisters on the continent in there, that frequently talk about what's going on with them, and all over the diaspora is in there. The Caribbean, we got everybody in there. But if you got questions about the motherland, whatever, I'm sure someone in there can be able to help you too.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'll be in the comments
Absolutely.
listening. Thank y'all.
All right, one love, peace.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on? Pint size, what's good, brother? You muted.
You know I had to pull up, bro. I had to.
How you, man?
Everything blessed. I'm just waiting on the Empress to go ahead and do her thing right quick, and then I'll hop
Hmm.
in on the questions, my brother.
Oh no, it's she up here she up here just co-hosting. She already done spoke. Go ahead, talk
Oh,
to
okay.
us.
So it's my okay. So you say
Yeah.
pro-black versus anti-racism.
Hmm.
Is that like a question for me, or is
Well,
that a
no,
question
it's
for
that's kind of like the title. To be honest,
right?
I didn't even have the questions up here. I'm just talking about.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to bring some awareness to what's going on in the Congo, and
Exactly.
you know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? Because we talking a lot about Palestine, Palestine, Palestine. I'm
Yes,
all for
I am.
free Palestine. I'm on free Congo, and free in Africa will free everyone else. So if you want to free Palestine, cool. Free the Congo so that the West can't keep using their resources to oppress Palestine. You want to stop oppression here? Stop it here first in your own community.
I have made posts that said, when Africa started doing, I started seeing that they was uprising and everything. I made posts that said, ain't nobody gonna really be free until they are. Once they, then we go, and right now I know that they shaking in their boots, seeing what's going on over there. They
Mm-hmm.
like, if we do that too,
Mm-hmm.
oh buddy, now
Ooh.
TikTok, I'm just playing TikTok. I'm just playing TikTok. But if we was, bro, but
Hey.
but I think I don't know. I don't want to hold no hands and march and shit. But
Yeah.
that's what most of our people be doing. And when
Mm-hmm.
they get tired of that, knock on my door, call me, and if y'all, please don't leave me if y'all going to Africa, brother. I want to come back and tell you again, brother, I want to be on the list of the investors of if we building a community with our
Yeah.
own electricity and everything. That's the key. We
Right.
need to be self-sufficient all the way. We need to
Yeah,
find a
absolutely.
spot where we can do our own electric, if we get our own plant or whatever, or we might have windmills or a
Yeah.
water source at wherever we live in, it has to be according to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You know what's funny? That's the aspiration of a lot of black men. Like if you really talk to black men about what their ideal scenario is in life, like where they would like to end up, a lot of brothers will tell you, man, I just want to have my own stuff. I just want my own shit, like my own roof. You know what I'm saying? Maybe be able to just have my own electricity, my
And
own
not all
water.
these taxes, even in Africa, like how I
Mm-hmm.
paid my house off. It was only
Mm-hmm.
$30,000, bro. Now it's worth about 150, but they still mess with. They send me all kind of mail, trying stuff on my
Mm.
door, trying to say do this and do they want a license for this. They want you to get a license for a garden even in your yard nowadays in
Oh,
America.
that's crazy.
What you can't live at all here without paying for it. The only thing we ain't paying for yet is air. It's air.
Right. Mm. And that's the
Even
thing. If you
stuff we
don't pay your
buy, you gotta have an app to use the stuff. How you
mm.
everything you buy?
and if you don't pay your taxes, you lose your house. But what I was saying is, I think it's crazy how a lot of brothers just want peace. A lot of brothers just want peace. They want to be able to come and go as they please in their own home. They just want peace. A lot of thin-lipped men, when you talk to them, they want to dominate the world. And I just be like, bruh, that's y'all problem. To be honest, y'all can't mind your own business. You always got to go oppressing somebody else. A lot of brothers just want peace. I know some brothers that live in the Caribbean right now. He told me he go fishing every morning, get 2 fish, one for breakfast, one for dinner. He got his wife, he got his children. I'm like, man, that's the life. Like that like all I need is peace. All I need is my little corner of the world, me and my family, my loved ones, and I'm straight. I don't need to go oppressing all kind of people to feel superior and all this other stuff. That's the problem. And as far as when it comes to Africa, I'm trying to. Well, what we're gonna do is, I already got a cousin that's out there, and he's getting a bunch of land. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna probably get a plot of land next to him. We're gonna raise our families, be self-sustaining, and give back to the motherland. Maybe come up with some creative ways to give back. Because we do have that American passport, so we can help out there. I don't want to go out there and be a fake colonizer. I want to go out there and get love from the people. So that's really been in
Definitely
our
can
plan.
contribute to what's going on. Basically, like I don't want to
Yeah,
run over to Africa and be like, I'm gonna live off the land. No, I'm a barber.
yeah,
I can build a house. I can
yeah.
do plumbing. I can,
Mhm.
garden. I mean, really, I'm into everything. Really, so
Yeah.
I'm like, I do not want to think I'm gonna run over there for South, to save myself. It's more
Right.
so I know that I don't want to fight for this place because everything they do is unlavenous. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The food, the air. Even the air is unlavenous. Like I say, they don't want us to survive here. If you really look at what's going on, our food is
Mhm.
illegal in some countries. Our
Mm.
food ain't even allowed in some countries because it's so bad,
Yeah.
you know, and we eating it on the regular.
Right.
The
Nah.
bread, the bread, you
The
can't get no
bread.
American bread in the UK. They'll slap you upside your head.
The bread. Nah, I knew this. I knew a sister from Australia. She came. She told me that the bread tastes like donuts here. I gave her that was back when I was eating Burger King. Lord help me. But she had a Burger King burger, and she said it's like you eating like a burger on donuts. She said the bread was too sweet. I was like, what? What are you talking about? So yeah, definitely the bread. Everything got sugar. That's another thing she said was everything tastes like it got sugar sprayed on it. Everything tastes like it got something on it. So that's America. They don't care about lives. They care about making money. And sugar is a drug. Sugar is more addictive than any other drug.
Bodies is the only economy here, bro. The only economy America is based off of is bodies. They ain't got nothing else. What they ain't telling us about nothing else. I really think it's some stuff we got here too that they just they don't talk about. Because they
Mm-hmm.
control everything around us here. Like even Africa. I mean, it's looser. You can go and tinker around and find some stuff on your own. Here,
Mm-hmm.
if you go anywhere near the Grand Canyons or anything, you're getting your butt busted.
Dang,
You
that's
can't go a
crazy.
whole lot of places where, but I'm not trying to argue with my brothers. Like, I'll be on Scrappies, I'll be on you, I'll be everywhere. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want nobody to feel like, if you're making a sensible argument, or it ain't got to be an argument, just a sensible rebuttal or a statement that we can look into, I'm all for it, bro. But
Yeah.
if we gonna argue about who ancient and not, that's crazy though. Like, that's wasting our time. What we gonna do? We need to
Yeah.
make make our ancestors proud, build something, and
Mm-hmm.
now our ancestors be really, smiling like my
Right.
babies did they thing. They are my
Right.
baby. They go my baby.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to the ancestors, man. Absolutely. I think about it. I think from that, when you think as a man from that heightened perspective of how you're going to be remembered and how your ancestors live on through you, like it kind of guides your path, because a man's got to build his own path in the world. That's part of what we do as men. Like, we can't have children. We get pregnant with dreams and turn them into realities, because we can't manifest children. We can manifest like our destiny. Like, we can, that sounds crazy, manifest destiny, but you know what I'm saying. Like, we can manifest what we're trying to uh what we're trying to be, who we're trying to become. So that's how men operate. And so when I think from that perspective, that heightened perspective, it always helps guide me back to you know to to where I need to be. So, but that's on some spiritual. Listen, man, I'm gonna do a live on African spirituality too. We could talk about it, y'all. We could definitely talk about it. Ifa is one of the oldest African spiritual practices, and the tenets are God, family, ancestors, and community. Your God, your family, your ancestors, and community. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about it. But hey, I'm gonna restart the live. I appreciate y'all. I wanted to give some focus to the Congo before we get back into the Jerry Springer show. You know how it gets on here, man. I want to just remind y'all who I'm here for. When I do the other live, I know that they are in the building. And I'm hoping that I can use them to help us understand, you know, help us get rid of some cognitive dissonance. Sometimes they smile in y'all faces too much. You need to see how ugly it get. Or somebody wants to come up. Hold on, I'll let somebody else come up real quick. We haven't had many participants today. Fountain of Youth, give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
My age is 54 and I'm black and I'm her.
Okay, thank
Um,
you. Talk to us.
no worries, no worries. So, it's so strange that I just came across your live. I've followed you in the past, so which means that I have visited your page before. But
Hmm.
one of the most popular questions that I get from our people is
Oh, that's really loud. Hello?
yeah, that's not from my end. Okay.
Oh, that was somebody else. Oh, okay.
Yes,
My bad.
yes. No worries, no worries.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever people ask me what my son, which is his third year in college, is studying, they ask
Mm-hmm.
me what is he studying? And when I tell them, they ask me why is he studying that? And his major is Africana Studies and his minor is
Mm-hmm.
Middle Eastern North Africana Studies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they ask me and I look at them like, why not? He wants to learn about his history. He wants to learn about his culture. And right now, he's in Egypt and he's learning Arabic,
Mm.
and it's just people ask me and I'm like, what's wrong with you? It's not what's wrong with me or what my child is trying to learn. This is something that he's experienced. He experienced a few things moving from one state
And
to the
have
next.
her
And
stuff too loud.
I'm
hello?
sorry. What was that? Everything all right? Go ahead. Go ahead,
Yeah,
sister.
someone just said something. I
Sounds
don't know
better.
what it
Sounds
is.
much better, y'all. Sounds better.
Oh, okay.
Well, can you hear me clear?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, very good. So he's experienced different issues moving from one area to the next, and he noticed the difference in the education. So that sparked his interest, where he was in a predominantly brown culture as far as his schooling, and he moved into a more vanilla culture, and he noticed the curriculums was totally different. So that sparked his interest to see why, and that's why he's studying that. But it just amazes me to see why people actually ask a question like that. Wouldn't you want to learn about your history?
Is he Arabic?
No, he's not. He's African.
So why he? I mean, that's why I would ask that question.
She said
Well,
he
it's
too
not the
many times.
Arabic.
She said he get it, brother
It's,
legend.
it's not the Arabic. It's not the Arabic. He's learning. His role is to learn multiple languages.
Mm.
But that's one of them that he find interest in the beginning. But he's on a path right now. But like I said, it's the Africana studies that they question. Why is he learning Africana studies?
Mm. Oh, okay.
But it's not the
Well,
language that I'm
I'm
focused
sure.
on.
I'm sure the more he gets into Africana studies, he's going to understand that that the Arab world is part of the reason for some of the worst atrocities in those Africana studies that he's going to learn. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
but
Exactly. And it's always good to communicate with people,
yeah,
in that
but
area.
reading the scholars, reading the scholars of Timbuktu it would be helpful to understand Arabic. I understand that. Ahmed Baba is one of the great scholars of Timbuktu. Great in impact, but he was also kind of a jerk because he's the reason for the Eastern slave trade. Uh, Basically, you know how Christians were able to say, slaves obey your masters, and that if you weren't Christian, it was okay to enslave you.
Yeah.
Um, by the manifest destiny from the Pope. Basically, Ahmed Baba was that for the Muslim side of Africa. So he was a black African man, but he was taught Islam um, by Arabs, and he decided to write a letter uh, saying that it was okay to enslave non-Muslim Africans. And he actually listed which tribes were okay to be enslaved. And he, of course, excluded his own tribe. And
Hmm.
one of those tribes were the Yoruba people, the people that were the most traded to the Europeans, and a lot of one of the most. And so, a lot of us have Yoruba ancestry here, even in America, because of that. West Africa, basically. So that's the thing.
Well, I appreciate the topic
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
absolutely. Well, I wish your son the best as well. And thanks for coming up.
Thank you for
All
listening.
right. One love.
We all love you, sister.
Yeah, that's wild. Um that's the only time where I wish I knew Arabic was when I was learning in my own studies about the scholars of Timbuktu. They spoke in Arabic, so you can read the English translation, but now you got to trust the translator, and you got to understand that even they might have not been able to translate some words. So yeah, that's the thing. Let me see. The person at the top, Malik, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns? Malik sound like he in a disco somewhere. Are you here, Malik? Oh no, that sounded crazy. That sounded crazy. Sounded like he was in like a rave or something. All right, y'all. I'm gonna restart. Um, I'm gonna restart. I appreciate y'all, and I'll be right back up in like 2 seconds. Not even. Can you press the button? Okay.